I usually have my mask. I usually have my lash extensions, but you know, sometimes you just ain't got it. Them those the lashes get expensive.
Working on a weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they do.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel where you find everything fashion, beauty, and bougie. It is your good girlfriend, Goldie, and thank you for being my friend. Yes. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my everyday beats, my everyday makeup routine. You see the girl is flawless. You see the foundation is blended, the contour is contouring, the highlight is highlighting, the eyes is eyeing, the lashes is on. If this is a tutorial that you need to see, keep watching, girl, because I'm going to be very detailed. I'm going to go in and tell y'all all the tips, all the secrets, what I do, what you should do, all of that good stuff so you could be looking like this. So again, if that's something y'all want to see, stay tuned. Here we are, fresh, clean face. And I'm going to start off with a little bit of moisturizer. This is just like one pump of my, what's that called? My Fenty Beauty stuff. And then I'm also going to use just a little bit of my Black Girl sunscreen. Put that all over. Leaves a nice shine and glow on my face. Where is primer? A Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And I just put like a little drop. Ooh. Okay. Rub it in. Depending on the look that I'm doing will determine what I do first. So if I'm doing like a lot of eyeshadow, like maybe like a date night or a party, I'm going out or something, I typically like to do my eyeshadow first and then I'll do the rest of my face. But because we're just doing like everyday look, not too much going on, I'm gonna start on my brows and just kind of work my way down. That's what works for me. That's what I like to do. Okay, so for my brows, I don't really have to do too much because I do have the ombre brows, powder brows. So my brows are technically, you know, kind of done. But they are a little on the lighter and more natural side than most. I still fill them in just a little bit. Most of the time I either use a powder. Sometimes I do use a pencil, little eyeshadow here. This is a Morphe Painted Desert palette. And you can use any brown, just don't use black on your brows. And like I said, I don't have to do too much, so I kind of just go along the bottom. It's a little hard for me to talk while I do this, so I start at the bottom, clean that line up, go to the top, clean that up, and then just fill in the middle. So you see, I don't really have to do too much. I just make it look a little more bolder because it looks very natural now. Like, I don't even know if y'all can really tell I have the whole powder ombre brow. And maybe it's time for a touch up, but all right, so here is what I have after I have filled them in. This brow actually looks a little bit darker. And then I'm just gonna use the spoolie end of my brush to just evenly distribute the product that's in there. Get it nice and brush through. For concealer, I have two different colors. Who am I using today? We're gonna use the Fenty today. So I have a color that's closer to my skin tone that kind of looks like my foundation, and then I have a lighter color that I use for like my highlight sections. So the lighter concealer, I use that on the to clean up the underneath the brow, and then the concealer that's like my foundation color, I use that at the top of my brow, and that is to help with blending up here so the line doesn't look so harsh. And then down here, the lighter color will blend in with your foundation and kind of like blend that out, smooth that out, all that good stuff. And some people go in with the actual brush and do it. I like to use a straight edge, I don't even know what this is called, but a straight edge brush when I do it, and I'll just dip the end in the concealer. And you see I'm doing it a few times, so it's not like a big clump or like a wet. It's not a lot of product on the brush. I want to make sure it's like evenly distributed. And you're just going to take it and go around the bottom of the line and clean it up. So you see, I like to start kind of in the middle part of the brow to get that arch, and then I'll come back and clean up the front. So that's what it looks like underneath. And then I'm gonna take that same brush while it still has a little bit of product on it and just kind of like bring that line down, blend it down. Same thing over here. And then I come through with my lighter color for the top part. And this time, instead of putting it on the brush like this, I'll put it on the brush this way. So it's on the flat part of the brush, not the tip. And as you can see, again, I started in the middle, went down the arch, and then I came back to do the front part. And I don't know, that just kind of makes it easier too. Like if you were to mess up, you're not all the way in the front of your brow fucking up. You're just in this middle part. So you only have to fix that middle versus having to redo the whole thing over. I don't know, that's just what works for me. That's what I like to do. Brows are nice and defined and cleaned up. From here, I will come in with my blending brush. So I have this concealer blend brush, and I'll just take it and come down my eyelid to blend out this bottom part. And come to this part at the end, and so it doesn't look so blocky and fake, I'll just like blend it up and come back through the hairs and blend those again. We're gonna work our way down to eyes next. So this is when I'm gonna come on top with an eyeshadow base. I usually like to use my concealer. I'm using that same lighter color that I just applied for underneath my brow, and using that same blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend that out on my eyelid. You can use concealer, or if you actually have like eyeshadow prep, like the bases, you can use those as well. I find that concealer works just fine. And this is just like a regular everyday look as well. If I was doing something more dramatic, I do have like a different type of eyeshadow base that I would use to make the eye color pop. But again, this is just a basic everyday wear. So no need for all those, you know, fancy ass products. I'm going to set this with my, with a little bit of my Laura Mercier setting powder. Take the brush. If you want to get this is the Morphe 5448 brush. The one that I was using before that was the Morphe. And see, all of them are numbered because sometimes, you know, we get that kit that just says these are the eye brushes, these are the face brushes, these are the contour brushes. So I don't know what that one's called, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna take that brush. I already dusted it off a little bit, and I'm just gonna pat a little bit of the product onto my eye. Do the same thing on the other side. And that's that. This is another Morphe blending brush. And I'm gonna come in with, actually let's do a different palette. I guess this is a shout out to Morphe today. So I have this Morphe Truth or Bare palette. It has a bunch of naturals, neutrals, whatever you want to call the colors. Like everyday browns, oranges. Well, you know, orange in there. Girl, these neutral colors. Use this brown, and we could have used the same brown from the brown, honestly, and come hit these corners. And I'm gonna use circular motion to just blend that into the crease. But I don't want it to get too dark, so that's probably all I'm gonna use, and come back after I get some more off this brush on this eye. Because we don't want like a smoky eye. We want like a natural brown smoky everyday wear. It's actually looking a little darker than I want it to, so I'm gonna come in with a little bit of a lighter brown and put it right on top. And it's just enough to add like just a little bit of dimension to the eye, but not really do, you know, too much. Now, let's go ahead and do a little eyeliner. This is the eyeliner from Fenty Beauty. Rihanna literally has all my money.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs.
Liner, Fly Liner eyeliner from Fenty. So now it's time for the fun stuff, foundation. I've been using this Huda Beauty foundation stick for the past couple of months. Fell in love with it. I also have a few other foundations that I use. It really just depends, but like for everyday, simple, you know, I'm just recording content or I'm running errands or whatever, I'm gonna just use my Huda Beauty. I do have the Rihanna Fenty Beauty one. I do have Juvia's Place, and I guess that's it. I have some tinted moisturizers from, what's that place called? The Lip Bar. I have a few different foundations that I play around with, but the Huda Beauty foundation stick is what I usually wear like every day. This is in the shade Cocoa. This is the Faux Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick. I'm gonna spray a little bit of my setting spray, and then I have a wet beauty blender. It's not dripping wet. As you can see, no water is coming out, but this thing is wet. And I'm gonna blend out my foundation. Foundation is nice and blended. Now I'm gonna come in with my contour stick. This is Espresso 05. Child, I cannot see. And I just hit like the corners of my cheekbones. Come up here. One more up here. And then I come down my jawline.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room perfume. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can.
All right, so I have another Morphe brush. This is Morphe 580. It has like this thin but thick design. And I take that and sort of blend out the contour. Snatch that nose. And first I'm gonna blend out the light spots with the brush. Okay, so here's what we're working with, and now I'm gonna use my beauty blender. Oop, not that first one with my foundation on it. This is a different one, and I'm gonna, and it's wet too, blend out the contour parts a little bit more. Now it's time to set. So I'm gonna be using this Hazelnut Pro Filter Powder from Fenty Beauty. And I'm gonna be using a different beauty blender. I got all types of beauty blenders for this part. So this one is like a triangle, diamond, pyramid, whatever you wanna call this shape. And I think this just makes it really easy to like get those lines straight and just look. Y'all see that? And I'm just coming right where I put the contour and the concealer to kind of make that line pop a little bit more. So I'm pretty much just gonna do that everywhere I put the highlight. So I'm gonna let this sit for like a few minutes. Usually like during this time, while I let this sit, I like start cleaning up all the other stuff that I was using, because this is pretty much like the end of the routine for the most part. So go ahead and put your brushes and your foundation and your concealer away so your makeup space ain't looking too cray-cray. And to take it off, I'm going to be using a Morphe 5448 brush. It looks like this. This is the same brush from earlier that we used to set a little something something on our eyes. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? It just makes that line. All right, so from here, I'm just going to use a little bit of my, what's this called? Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. This is the shade 450 from Fenty. And I'm just going to use like a big powder brush. And I kind of just put that all around my face. Not under my eye, just kind of on the outside areas. And then I'm going to be using my Becca Sunlit Bronzer to kind of add a little bit of Y'all see that? To add a little bit of And what else? Get a little eyeliner here. This is just black. And hit this waterline here. Then a little bit of mascara. This is the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes by Charlotte Tilbury. I love how like skinny the little brush thing is. Not this little piece of hair or something. Okay. My lashes, y'all, are so bald. I usually have my mask. I usually have my lash extensions. But you know, sometimes you just ain't got it. Them lash expenses. Those the lashes get expensive. Them damn minks. They so cute though. I got these lashes from a local beauty supply store. It was only $1.99.
But there's no need to dress up the numbers. Hey, yeah, but I guess they must have their reasons. They wanna know how I'm living my day-to-day life in the regular season. Well, summer all I did was rest, okay? And New Year's all I did was stretch, okay? And Valentine's Day I had sex, okay? We'll see what's gonna happen next, okay?
All right, y'all, the lashes are on. Let's just do a quick little lip. I'm gonna use powder for liner because I don't know what's going on. I can't find my brown lip liner. Like this is ridiculous. Okay, so it's lined. All we need is clear gloss on top. I'm gonna put the gloss on, fix my hair, and come show you guys the final look. All right, y'all, so this is the final look. Look at that beat, look at that blend. Get into the brow, get into the lip, get into the contour, get into it. Yes. Yes, girl. I hope y'all enjoyed the tutorial. If y'all have any questions, be sure to drop them down below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified every time your girl posts a video. Follow me on social media, Goldie+model on all platforms. And I'm going to see y'all in my next video. Bye.